Was Micheal Jackson really a pedo? At the very least, he has been very inappropriate with children. That we know for a fact. Did he have sex with them? Was he attracted to children? We don't know for sure. The amount of leeway some of you are giving him is truly remarkable. Anyone else would have been hanged from the rafters for doing the same. Proves being a celebrity helps you get away with anything. If he wasn't, he would just have been an adult that reached out to young children that he had no previous relationship with, so that he could spend time with them and share a bed. As a society, we tend to have double standards when we have positive emotions towards the celebrity, and MJ was universally beloved beforehand. For example, we tend to look the other way when it comes to David Bowie slept with underage fans and John Lennon wife beater. However, with other artists, similar accusations have rightly ended their careers. From the documentary Finding Neverland, I personally feel that he was much more guilty than just being inappropriate. I understand many don't believe the men interviewed for the documentary for a variety of reasons, but the lengthy interviews and details with the men and their family members, I felt it was hard to ignore that he not only manipulated them, but took advantage of them. Obviously, these allegations were always going to be difficult to prove in court even if he were alive today, but I feel the documentary really solidified for me that I just can't enjoy his music anymore. And look, I don't judge anyone that doesn't believe the accusations made. It's definitely complicated for people to split their feelings for certain entertainers or people in the public eye. Evidence points to probably. Either way, what he was doing with kids was absolutely inappropriate even if there wasn't any assault involved, so I don't understand his defenders. Being a grown man and having unsupervised sleepovers with literal boys in your own bed is wrong no matter how you look at it. He had books that contain child nudity found in his bedroom in '93, so you tell me? I mean, the options are he was severely mentally ill or a severely mentally ill pedophile. Either way, he was inappropriate with kids. It was enabled by those around him and the parents of those kids. His image was the eternal teenager and many people judged him as such. No problem with hanging out with young kids. Look at it from another perspective. What would you think of a 40-year-old hanging out with young kids? Who else would get away with it? Yes, we don't want to think so because he was a top superstar, but common sense tells you deep down it happened. All these people come out about Diddy, Cosby, Weinstein, etc., and we don't doubt it. A bunch come out against MJ and we still debate? I know MJ had a hell of a life growing up, but that shouldn't blind anyone from the obvious. When this pops up, my answer is always the same: how many grown men do you know that sleep in bed with other people's children? The answer is in there somewhere. He is known to have paid off parents to let him sleep in the same bed as their children. That's at the very least a serious red flag. Non-C. I'm with Louis Theroux on this. Massive non-C. The first child that was ever groomed by him spent 500 days out of 2 years in his bed unattended. You make your own judgments. Yerk, the one kid who originally testified, eventually admitted that his mom had pushed him to lie in the hopes of a big payout. As an adult, he admitted it was a fucked up thing to do and he regretted it, and that MJ had done nothing wrong to him, except he was a little mentally challenged, and basically treated the whole thing as a giant play date because he was essentially a child himself and just wanted friends. Guess what anybody who's not a pedo would do if they were accused? Oh shit, the world thinks I am a pedo. This is terrible. This is bad for my career. I didn't know what I was doing was so wrong. Hey lawyer, what can I do to immediately protect myself from these allegations? Not they are ignorant, I'm gonna have more kids in my bed. If you give him all the benefit of the doubt, you're left with someone that wants to die on the hill that he should be allowed to invite strangers' kids into his bed to sleep. Think about it, morons. All the excuses in this thread, you can argue that every pedophile has mental illness. It doesn't make him not a pedophile.